If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
The question, how do I start a conversation with someone if I have social anxiety? Not very easily, as you know. I myself have a mouth that never shuts, so I'm probably not going to have a very good answer for you. My thoughts on this are, try to accept that you have this disorder. I do know that this is an awful thing to suffer from and my heart goes out to you. But fighting it inside of yourself is just spinning your wheels and aggravating an already aggravating problem. Your question in itself tells me you are getting anxious just worrying about how to talk. So try to not make having anxiety become the problem, if you know what I mean here. I hope, when you are approached, don't think that you need to say something very impressive or get into any lengthy conversation, as you don't. Some very intelligent people are identified as such by the very few words they have to offer. So say just as little as you are comfortable saying and then stop and breathe. Most likely the other person will say a few words at this point. Also, don't be afraid to tell someone that you are by nature uncomfortable and trying to speak with others. Hopefully they will get what you are saying without you having to spell it out. I think they will. And trust me, no one will think less of you for your being honest with your admission. Most likely they will begin to offer you some suggestions that you probably already know, just like I am. Don't be afraid to laugh at yourself either. The more honest people are, the better. Think of times when either yourself or someone else came across kind of strangely in a conversation, and you left wondering what their problem was or why they said what they did. So you conclude that you just don't want to talk to them again. When in reality, they may suffer from social anxiety and couldn't bring themselves to admit the obvious, so they talked 90 miles an hour and left with no one knowing what they said. Had they stopped to catch their breath, and then admitted that they get anxious, people would have respected their honesty and stuck around to hear what they had to say. Remember to try and speak slowly and stay on one topic of conversation. Don't run onto one tangent after another, as that is difficult to follow. I know I am big on this problem, and when I realize that people's eyeballs are rolling around in their head, I'll stop and say that I have gotten off track, sorry about that, and then try to get back on track and wrap up what I'm trying to say. I bet that you can see this about me in my writing. No one is perfect, no one. Everyone has something not quite right, everyone. So you know what yours is, that puts you ahead of the game right there. And believe inside of yourself that what you have to say is worth someone else hearing. Find more answers and a free audiobook on how to talk to anyone in the description below. No useless advice like just get out there, I mean actual useful advice from people who have really dealt with shyness and social anxiety and overcome it in their own lives.